There's one core principle that is hardly talked about when it comes to losing weight, and it's this. We eat food for two main reasons: function, pleasure. The first reason is obvious. We eat to survive, to fuel our bodies, to function. The second, we eat for enjoyment, for taste, for comfort, for the experience. And here's the thing. Most people who struggle with their weight have this balance flipped. They eat mostly for pleasure, not for function. You know that feeling of when you eat something that tastes insanely good? That feeling of bliss? That feeling when your brain just lights up and you're full of pleasure? And when food does that, it drives you to want more of it. The problem? The better tasting and more pleasurable a food is usually means it's higher in calories and lower in nutrients. And that's the trap that you fall into. You eat for pleasure, you eat more food than you should, you gain weight, and then you crave it again. It's a vicious cycle. So now let's compare that to someone who's lean, healthy, or has lost weight and learned how to keep it off. Their approach to food is different. They have learned to eat for function first and pleasure second. They prioritize how food makes them function and feel, not just how pleasurable or how good tasting it is in the moment. But that doesn't mean that they don't enjoy the food that they eat. Far from it. It just means that they are not slaves to taste. They've trained themselves to enjoy simpler foods, to make healthier meals taste great, and have learned how to eat highly palatable foods in moderation and not on autopilot. Let me make this clear. Healthy eating does not mean bland and tasteless food. You don't have to live off plain chicken breast and steamed vegetables. This is a very outdated perspective on healthy eating. Today there are so many ways to cook and flavor meals that are low in calories and high in enjoyment. But it does take time and effort, and you have to learn how to recondition your taste buds slowly. Once you do that, you'll find those super salty and sweet, irresistible foods aren't so irresistible anymore. I'm not saying you're not going to crave those foods here and there, but that desire to binge on those foods will decrease. And when you're no longer controlled by your taste buds and those impulses, everything changes. So to wrap this up, if you are stuck or struggle with your body weight, ask yourself, do I mainly eat for pleasure and enjoyment, or am I eating for function? And until you learn how to prioritize eating for your health, performance, and energy, you'll always be pulled back by your cravings. You'll always be fighting an uphill battle with your weight, your body image, and your health. But once you flip the script and stop eating like an average person, then and only then will you start to make real progress towards a healthier you. If this helps shift your mindset around food, please feel free to drop a like and subscribe. As always, thanks for watching.